we begin, there's a lot that's been going on lately. If you can, if you choose, please just give me 30 seconds just to honor those who, are no longer here. Um, Actually, hang on, give me a sec. One, da 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 da.
WW.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, I'm ready. Just 30 seconds, please. I want to thank y'all so much for just taking 30 seconds to just think about those who passed away. I heard some news from two friends. I'm not going to give too much detail. I will let them do that. One is currently away on vacation, with family, which is good. And the other, has come to me, with the news. And of course, it's just trying to figure themselves out in their brain. It's just going left, right, north, south because they're just not thinking straight. So, my condolences to both of them and to anyone that's dealt with the loss of a loved one or whatnot, or anything. My condolences as well. So, again, I'm gonna keep stating this. Please treasure those that you love because you just never know. That's why when I hear about a lot of stuff that goes on in VR chat, I just kind of roll my eyes hard because when you are someone who's lose loved ones, lose family, you look at drama like whatever. Like, not to be disrespectful, but you kind of just look at that like that's beneath you because there's other stuff that goes on in the world that's just pretty bad. Like, yes, I know about the whole situation with Warner Brothers or whatever. Um, I, my heart goes out to all the workers who lost their jobs. I'm pretty sure that they will find a job soon. It's just a lot's going on and it's hard to keep up with it. So, to any negative news that people are encountering, whether it be loss of a job, company foreclosure, um, lost money in stock, getting kicked out of a home, being homeless, I just want to say this. You are a lot stronger and more powerful than you were several years ago. And what you're going through is very heartbreaking. But I assure you, you're going to make it out of it stronger than ever. And if you just stay steadfast and you keep your focus and you don't worry about, oh, what are people going to think when they find out? Focus on having a plan. And then once you get out of that rut, plan. So that way you never be in that situation again. You know, that's the best. You got to plan. You got to save more. Spend less, save more, spend less, save more, spend less. I can't keep stating that. But actually, I should keep stating that. Save more, spend less. Now, I want to go ahead and state this because it's very, very important. There will not be any streams this week, like at all, due to the unfortunate news that I heard about two of my friends and what they're going through right now. No streams. I'm going to take this time to just work on videos and upload to Yahoo, Instagram, Clapper, and just continue to get back to working out since I'm no longer sick anymore. And that's just what I choose to do. So it's not gonna be any games today or anything. I'm just gonna simply just talk to you all, if that's okay. So I have some topics that I want to discuss, and it's just something that I really been thinking about. And one thing that I've noticed, and it's not with just this generation, the generation before, it's just that people don't really like to communicate anymore. I don't know what it is. I don't know if people are just like scared or something. It's I can't really like think twice as to like why this constantly keeps happening. But there's a reason why the stuff that I used to do on social media I don't do anymore. Like I would constantly check on people. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, you okay? Hey, you okay? And I just kind of like, it's like I try to talk and people aren't hearing me. So it's just like, eh. But just one thing that I've learned from an elder is don't ever stop conversating. People don't understand that your voice is a gift, and it's supposed to be used for a reason. But yet some people just feel like I'm going to use this voice, this mouth of mine to destroy, to demean, to hurt others. And I'm like, that's their choice, but your words are so. And to those that came by, hi, how are you? Hi, 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 hi. To those that don't understand this, your words are so powerful that it can either like heal or pretty much diminish the life of someone that's already in a dying state. Like that's just powerful. When you go into someone's stream and you just type out some of the most heinous things, even though we are taught to like, deflect those type of comments and whatnot. Here's the thing that people don't understand. Like deflect or reflect. Here's what people don't understand. When you do that, you're just exposing yourself of who and how you're acting IRL. So when you go around saying that you're just trolling, trying to purposely hurt people and try to like talk down on them, buddy, you're saying a lot about yourself. You're showing anger, you're showing frustration, you're showing psychotic tendencies, and on top of that, you are also showcasing how much you do not like yourself when you do that. And I'm gonna keep saying this. I've never seen, a happy person make others miserable. You can't be happy, but then do terrible things to others. If you do terrible things to others, if you say terrible things about others, you're not happy. It's period. End of story. You're just not happy. And I know that I repeat certain quotes, but I do it so it registers in people's heads. What you say to a person does matter because that resonates throughout time. So when you conversate, be very cautious what you conversate about. I'm not saying it always got to be super duper positive because, again, we have to talk about negative stuff in order to heal from it. But it's like you have to have a balance of what is it that you want to talk about that is, fulfilling, that instills good nature, love, caring. Because If you just talk just to talk, then you're wasting your time, you're wasting their time, and you just destroy any type of future opportunity that you have because you spoke it out in the atmosphere. So when you say stuff like, I guess it's never going to happen, then guess what? It's never going to happen. I'm not saying you got to be super duper positive. I'm just also saying you just got to be cautious of what you say. I hope that makes sense. So the next time someone messages you on Discord or social media or gives you a call, communicate. Even if you're mad or frustrated, just communicate. Just say something. And sometimes the best thing to say to a person, even when you're upset with them, no matter how mad you are, is to instill positivity or use reverse psychology. In one of my videos on Yashahu, I believe it was Yashahu, somebody commented, "This is hearsay." And I commented back, "Wow, I like Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2, and I really miss playing that game. I hope you have a wonderful day." I have not heard back from that individual ever since. Because I understand that their lack of knowledge and education in, certain, how do I put this? In certain parts of their teaching was diminished. Because, yeah, they know a lot about this subject, but not this subject. Because they failed to fully want to open their mind to other, forms and facets of life, and the fact that there's differences in people. So thus making such a bold statement. I replied with acknowledging their comment, but saying that, hey, I'm a Warhammer fan, have been for a while, may not understand the lore fully because it's pretty expansive, but I do like the games. I do admire the board games, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And by doing that, they were just left speechless. Because when a hating person hits you with anger, frustration, hit them with love. Firmly let them know, don't talk to me like that. But at the same time, hit them with a kind state. Hit them with a positive quote, and it will be left speechless every single time. It really doesn't pay to always put your 2 cents in with some people. Some people you just listen, and then after a while just disengage and move on, because your life, your time is too precious. So conversate with people. If you're in a con or something, anime con, doesn't matter, conversate with somebody, because you don't know, that person may end up being your best friend forever. Conversate, communicate back. Even if you're tired, tell yourself, I'm going to conversate back. And that's something that we all got to work on. But then again, I will state this. It's also okay to be quiet. Why should you be quiet sometimes? When drama is happening, when someone's arguing, when someone's about to fight, when someone is spreading misinformation. Stay silent. Listen. Take notes. Don't let them know you're taking notes. And really listen in as to what's happening. I had to do this today. And when you do this, you're going to be a lot more knowledgeable about what's going on. And you're going to pinpoint, be like, oh, that's why that's happening. Okay, this has nothing to do with me. But when you jump in and you try to save everything and save everyone, you end up being hurt. Because now there's a miscommunication error. So while conversation is important, like I stated, you also have to be quiet at times. When I go to meetups, IRL and even here, well, IRL speaking, I used to go to like little parties and stuff like that. And I still can, but money and whatnot. The first thing I was always taught to do was shut your mouth and listen first. This even goes in the realm of when you're dating. Sometimes your woman or your man venting at you, be quiet. Button this. Listen, eye contact. Hold their hand if they allow you to. and let them know that you're listening because they want to be heard. And then after all of that, show empathy, apologize. If you need to state a little of what you went through, go for it. And then simply just say, where do we go from here? And if they say they don't know, then offer a solution. That's how you do it. And it works every time. But you have to first be patient and listen to them. Don't let them trauma dump you, but listen. Your silence is so powerful against these quote unquote trolls. Just be quiet sometimes. And by being quiet and not always responding to what's being told to you, it says a lot about your character. Just know that communication is important because we are communicative beings. We have to communicate. We show love. We show affection. We are designed to show love. We are designed to show that type of, care. And of course, vice versa. And I understand it has to be taught, but it comes to a point in your life where you will be able to be capable enough to make your own decisions. So when you see a situation happen, you're going to be able to be at a point where you can make your own decision, be happy with what decision you made. And I'm going to leave it at that. That's pretty much it. Now, I do want to state this one thing about the rich. Now, I talked to y'all about this over and over again about how being rich is a myth and how once the bigger social media gets, the more people are going to try to want to get this and this and want to be big and successful. Well, what people are learning after that TikTok ban is that the numbers mean absolutely nothing. It means nothing. Oh, I guess. Don't get me wrong. It means something, but it doesn't at the same time. When you put yourself in that mindset, you're going to be so humble that you're going to be happy for every follower that you get, for every subscription that you get. But when you focus too much on the numbers, you're going to start to sound condescending. You have to allow your content to grow where the right people will want to come and listen to you. Otherwise, you're going to have a bunch of folks come, not care what you do, and just walk on off. Rich people will tell you this all the time. Entrepreneurs tell you this all the time. They can't talk to everyone. They got fans, but they can't reach out to everyone because it's impossible. Whatever they tell you, oh, I take the time to respond to all of my fans. They can't respond to all 1 million fans. That's impossible. There's no way that any person of any level of success, high ranking success, can go on their Instagram and whatnot and respond to 1 million people. It's not possible. They can't do that in one day. I don't know a single person that can reply back to 1 million messages. That's what I'm saying. The whole silent part, you gotta really pay attention to what people are saying. Being rich, sadly, creates egos if you're not careful. See, the reason why this whole thing of being rich is such a big deal to people is because it starts with struggle. Oh, I'm struggling. If I have more of this, I'll be happier. I'll be fine. I'll be well off. True. But it comes with a sacrifice. Well, what's the sacrifice, Wilkins? Oh, your friends list is going to get smaller. Much, much smaller. It's going to be minuscule. The people you used to talk to won't be able to talk to them anymore. It's going to be you and your focus on trying to succeed. That means all the fun stuff you used to do, that's diminished too. And if I said this once, I'll say it again. Everything's going to start to diminish. And if you're okay with that, go for it. I encourage everyone to go through. I feel like people should want to aim for being rich and successful so they can see that money does not bring happiness. It just doesn't. It's a necessity that you need to survive, but that's all it is. So when you see, big timers, understand that they're on a mission. They're mission oriented. They're not focused on, and no one else but themselves because they have no choice. So they come across as selfish. They come across as demeaning. They come across as those that they don't care anymore. No, they're just goal oriented. They're focused. They have no choice. But here's the part where it's a myth. All that success and being rich leads to eternal success. It leads to eternal happiness. If you know how to play the game, if you save more and spend less, if you find ways where you can still make money without breaking your bank. That's why on YouTube and all these platforms you see all these how to get rich, how to get rich, how to get rich, because it's a game. Once you hit that level of success and people start praising you and saying you're awesome and whatnot, it gets to your head. Naturally, it will get to your head. Then you'll start making silly decisions out of peer pressure because you want to stay relevant. Why do you think so many VTubers, they go through all these changes? I go through the changes with my character because that's part of my story. I'm trying to tell a story. They do it because money. I'm just going to be real with you. Sorry, your favorite streamer, they're here for money. They like you, but they got bills to pay. And I know you hear this all the time, but it's just a fact. But then they start to lose themselves. Then they work hard. And what happens when they lose all of that? Then they go back. Then they go through the cycle of apologizing and trying to make things right and yada yada. And you're going to constantly see this cycle over and over and over and over and over again. And it's never going to end. People need to stop focus on trying to be rich and focus more on trying to be successful and humble and have a mindset to give back regardless. Giving back to the people does not mean I'm only going to give back to those that were sweet and no. Giving back means what it means. You're going to deal with folks that are going to be so ungrateful and they poor as all can be. You're going to still give back. You're still going to show love. You're still going to do, because let me tell you something, that is a high level of maturity that is difficult to achieve because we put in our heads, oh, just give to those, that were blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing you don't get. Those people that you say that are jerks and whatnot are on a road and path to themselves to better, to be better and to be kinder to people. They just need the right people to teach them, to help them, to guide them. So what I'm trying to say here is, I'm not trying to waste anybody's time, is be very cautious. Like, it's great that you want to be rich. It's great that you want to have your business and everything. Trust me, I definitely want to do that. But when it gets to the point where you start to lose people, lose your sanity. I mean, I'm sorry, folks. It's just when I hear all this stuff about what goes on with rich people's lives, I look at them as if they're insane. They go off on fans. They say silly things. They turn out to be Nazis. The list goes on. And it's just like, and YouTube, you can age restrict me. I don't really care. And it just bothers me because I'm like, you work so hard to be successful, make all this money. And of course, the right rich folks, they give to the people, right? Help pay off the deficit that we're currently still dealing with. But yet, for some strange reason, you still find a way to go berserk and, hurt children online, but all in the name of what? So do we really need to be successful, or is this a systematic way for us to constantly just keep ourselves busy all the time? So that way We're just making all this money and making all this money stuff and try to aim for this goal while our governments are doing things behind our back. Oh, listen, it's already out there. It's already out there. So again, when you think about I want to be rich, an elder told me this years ago, and I should have said this, but I'm saying it right now. Don't focus on trying to be rich. That's good. Do that. But focus more on being successful. There's a difference. You could be rich, but if you don't have a successful mindset, successful type physique, good health, all that being rich is going to fade away. And if you don't believe me, look up right now rich stars that were well known and now broke. The list will blow your mind. Like, wait, huh? This person? What? There's no way. But they're so nice. They're so sweet. How in the world? But huh? Wait, they were bankrupt. I didn't know this. You want to know one person that comes to my mind all the time? And there's a lot of them. But this one still breaks my heart to this day. Because I look up to this woman when I was young. Amanda Bynes. Nothing is more heartbreaking than seeing one of your childhood heroes end up in the situation they were in because they looked at her as, at the time, too big to fail. It still breaks my heart to this day. And I'm so happy that she's still alive with us and that she is still going through the process of seeking help and doing better, slowly but surely. And it's interesting because us 90s folks, we would joke around and say stuff like, something ain't right with this person. Man, they're doing too much. They're acting silly. And then years later, bam. It's like, oh, wow, they were. Oh. So my question to people is, why do you have to feel like you need to be rich? Yes, aim for being rich so you can pay off your bills and help whoever you can that's been there for you. Don't be a fool, just give your money to anybody and all that stuff. I get it. But it's like, when you hit that peak point, what then? Do you just go insane? Do you still be good? I really encourage people to watch The Boys. Please watch The Boys. And really pay attention to those characters. Really pay attention to those that already have like money and yet they are so irresponsible they don't know what to do with themselves. Like, oh, they're just these top superstars, right? They don't know what to do with themselves. We even see this in modern day, with like wrestlers and superstars, like basketball stars and whatnot. Like those that are like high and mighty. And then it's like, they don't know what to do with themselves. They went to every party. They went to every town. And it's just like, well, what now? And that's just so sad. So, is rich still a myth? Aim for success, but don't let that success control your overall character and who you are. I'm going to tell y'all a story, and I'm going to have to edit this out because I know that people don't like their names being put out there on blast. But I go to this meetup, I'm not going to state the name because, again, if I do that, then it's going to get me age restricted. And I've seen this person not once, but twice. I waved at this person like 2 or 3 times. And either they pretty much have safe mode on, right, on VR chat, or they're hard of hearing. I'm starting to think it's the latter. They're probably hard of hearing, and I just don't know. And when you see them on stream, very sociable, very sweet. But then when you meet them, it's like they're nervous. So I'm just like, interesting. When's that Great Myths of Being Rich book gonna come out? If they ever decide to make a book about great myths of being rich, I want to be a part of that book. I actually want to take the time to research, study that and everything. But that's just me. But they're still sweet. I still like them and everything, but I just find that pretty odd. And then my other friends are like, oh, no, she's cool. She talks to me. And I'm like, well, why is she afraid to talk to me? I think I have some reasons. Because when you meet someone that's real and is going to tell you like it is, they don't know what to do with you. They're just like, wow. They don't know what to do with people. That's the thing. When people come to me, they don't know what to do with me. This is how they look at me. Single, really trying their hardest to try to be successful. No record, no drama, makes peace. No baby mamas. Black/Native American. Yet they're a brony, furry. What? And they're single. What? It's just, to them, they don't get it because they're just like, wow. And I'm not gonna lie, I would probably say the same thing. You're a rarity. Who are you? Are you some alien? But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the topics I got. If you got any questions for me, simply email me. whypeoplewhy@gmail.com. And yeah. Okay, so that part of the stream is over. Right now, we're going to go ahead and do what I said I was going to do, which is go over a lot of Americans and Black History Month. Because sadly, Black History Month is going to be going away in several days. So, and it won't return until next February. I mean, personally, I'm the type of person that's like, every day should be like Women's Day, Black History Month Day, Native American Heritage Month and whatnot. But I get why they have to balance it out. Best hot cup. Wow. Anyway, let me go ahead and just look that up real quick. Okay. We're just gonna do as a matter of fact, I don't know why I did that to myself. Anyway, while y'all waiting on me as I blah 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 blah, this stream is brought to you by Sunsama. Sunsama is an amazing, wonderful, fantastic, and splendid app where it pretty much just helps you to organize all your tasks. You simply just download the app on PC, or we even have one on Mac. You also download on your phone. You put in your login information or create an account if you haven't, and you simply just select the 2-week trial option. You select 2-week trial option, 14 days, and you pretty much see the best integration ever. So you you press the little plus button. You just type in, let's just say, eat breakfast, eat lunch, eat dinner. You put all those 3 tasks. You just click and drag it, to a little planner. And that's it. You just do that, and you can also pretty much click and drag how long you want this task to last, and that's it. It makes it so much easier. It's easier to create, easier to delete, and you can also take on the go, like I said before, on Android and Apple devices. Well, mostly mobile devices such as your smartphones. So if you haven't already, check out Sunsama, and if you also need to, make sure you just but type in exclamation point SUNS. That's exclamation point SUNS, and it gives you all the details how to do that. Once again, thank you so much, Sunsama, for sponsoring my stream. Appreciate it. Much love. And if it turns out they're not really actually sponsoring my streams, they're just like mentioning my streams, or because they said they sponsor us. But anyway, I'm gonna say anyway. Thank you, Sunsama, for all right, Black History Month. I'm not gonna say I've been slacking, but I've just been busy. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go over lots of wonderful Americans. We already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We already got 6 that I pretty much have shown. Well, not shown, but there we go. Bam, look at that. All right, let's do this. And again, those who commented, thank you. I'm having issues with my chat, so I haven't been able to really see what you all are typing. But I do appreciate y'all just stopping by to say hi. I'm gonna hurry up and do this because I need to eat. So I'm hungry. Amiri Baraka, Leroy Jones. So actually, what I'm gonna do is just see if I can just look them up and just quickly do. I think that'll be easier for me. So yeah, let's do that. So Amiri Baraka. Mary Baraka, according to www.jmu.edu, it states as a founding member of the Black Arts Movement and author of Black Art, which became a kind of manifesto for the movement, Baraka shifted the focus of Black American artists to making art rooted in Black experience, celebrating the struggle for Black liberation, and honoring Black American culture. Wow. He's also a poet, too. Beautiful. He passed away on January 9th of 2014. Wow. Next up, we have Mary. Now, I think I know who she is. Mary McLeod. Bethune. Here it is. And according to womenhistory.org, here's what this paragraph has to say about her. A champion of racial and gender equality, Bethune founded many organizations and led voter registration drives after women gained the vote in 1920. Okay, now I remember her. Risking racist attacks. In 1924, she was elected president of the National Association of Colored Women's Club, and in 1935, she became the founding president of the National Council of Negro Women. Bethune also played a role in the transition of black voters from the Republican Party, the party of Lincoln, to the Democratic Party during the Great Depression. A friend of Eleanor Roosevelt, in 1936, Bethune became the highest-ranking black American woman in government when President Franklin Roosevelt named her Director of Negro Affairs of the National Youth Administration, where she remained until 1944. She was also a leader of the FDR's unofficial black cabinet. In 1937, Bethune organized a conference on the problems of the Negro youth, and fought to end discrimination and lynching. In 1940, she became vice president of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, a position she held for the rest of her life. As a member of the advisory board that in 1942 created the Women's Army Corps, Bethune ensured it was racially integrated. Appointed by President Harry S. Truman, Bethune was the only woman of color at the founding conference of the United Nations in 1945. She regularly wrote for the leading black American newspapers, the Pittsburgh Courier and the Chicago Defender. Wow. That's honestly awesome. Next up, we got Elaine Brown, writer and songwriter. Okay. And believe it or not, folks, still alive. And even has an Instagram. Let's see here. So according to archives.gov, Elaine Brown, why is she so important? Brown was chosen by Newton to lead the BPP in 1974 when he moved to Cuba to avoid criminal charges. She led the party from 1974 to 1977. During her leadership, Brown chaired the successful political campaign of Lionel Wilson, Oakland's first black American mayor, and she founded the Panther Liberation School. She also wrote many books, and she's still alive to this day. Nice. Okay. Next up, we got H. Rap Brown. Let's see what he did for the civil rights movement. So he was a civil rights activist, and he was elected chairman of the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. In 1967, Brown's radicals' vision, aggressive rhetoric marked a shift from the nonviolent civil disobedience prescribed by Martin Luther King Jr., courtesy of Atlanta University Senator Robert W. Wait. He's still alive. Jamal Al-Amin is still alive too. 81 years old. Wow. Wow. Let's see. Next up, we got Ian. Let's see. L. Brown. I think I know. All right, so this is according to Wikipedia. Jesse Leroy Brown was a United States Navy officer. He was the first Black American aviator to complete the United States Navy Basic Flight Training Program, the first Black American naval officer killed in the Korean War, and a recipient of the Distinguished Flying Cross. He served his country well. We have Stokely Carmichael? Stokely Carmichael, because of his call for Black Power during the June 1966 Meredith March against fear in Mississippi, Stokely Carmichael is often remembered as confrontational style and far removed from nonviolence, yet he credited nonviolent activism as leading him and other young Black Americans, people like himself, into the movement. Okay. Let's see. Kwame Ture. I remember now. Next up, we got Shirley Chisholm. Okay, now. Her name sounds familiar. Was a groundbreaking United States Congresswoman and political activist who fought for racial and gender equality. She was the first Black woman to serve in Congress. She was the first Black woman to serve in Congress. Wow. Now, what I don't understand about America is why does it take so long for people of color, right, to serve at the White House or Congress? What's wrong with our country? But yet, in other countries, there's already someone that's like in the LGBTQ, Black and whatnot, or Chinese and everything that's already served in their respective government. I don't get it. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got one more, folks. We got one more. Let's go to... Oh, all right. Representative Ron Dellums. Oh, wow. He passed away in 2018. Let's see what he... Let's read some of his accomplishments. Graduated from Oakland Technical High School in 1953 after briefly attending the City College of San Francisco. He spent 2 years in the United States Marine Corps from 1954 to 1956. He later earned an associate's degree at Oakland City College in 1958, a bachelor's degree in psychology at San Francisco State University in 1960, and a master's degree in social work at the University of California, Berkeley in 1962. During the next 6 years, he held various social service positions, including a psychiatric social worker in the California Department of Mental Hygiene 1962-1964. He joined the private sector in 1968, worked for 2 years as senior consultant for Social Dynamics, Inc., a local consulting firm. Wow. That is just amazing. I love it. I love it. All right, I guess that's that. Honestly. Did I already give my thoughts on the what was it? The beta or something? I really don't have much to say about the beta, so it's a fighting game. That's all I can say about that. Sorry. Don't really have nothing to say about a fighting game these days. It's pretty much the same thing except mechanics and balance and whatnot, so it's just eh. Is there anything else I want to talk about that's on my mind? I'm gonna think really hard about this for a sec. Well, I'm just gonna say this. I can't think of anything. That's it. I got nothing else to add. I got nothing else to add. I guess I'll shout somebody out. Let's see if I can find them. Let me see if I can find them real quick. I'll just shout them out. Meowie Wana, they're an upcoming Twitch streamer. They have 32 followers. They need 50 followers in order to hit affiliates. They need 50 followers and 3 viewers. So I'm going to encourage her when I see her again to get to streaming so we can get that ball rolling. And I met them at a group instance, and they're honestly very sweet individual. And then, of course, I would also like to shout out Nico the Goof Gamer, Rampage9951. Make sure you check them out and get them to 1K followers. And last but not least, give me a sec. There's someone here. I also want to shout out. And Ace45677 help them out. Donate what you can. And just show them love. They're currently locked in their schooling, which is good. So, but that's pretty much it. Folks, that's it. I got nothing else. I mean, I do, but you know. Y'all want some tips on how to deal with life stresses at work? I can definitely do that. I can definitely do that for you all. Just all right. So what I'm going to do for this part of the stream is I'm just going to give y'all some tips for work because, you know, I've been doing some stuff at my job. It's getting better. But if you have dealt with these situations, I'm going to give you some tips on how to deal with them so that way you don't get frustrated and stressed and all of that hoo-ha and whatnot. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So after you worked a job for so long or a career, you have to ask yourself and write this down on a piece of paper. 1 second. What irritates you? Don't lie and say nothing irritates you. Because you're not going to feel any better. You need to be honest. Oh, this irritates me. This irritates me. Because when you do that, you're going to heal from whatever pain that you dealt with at your job or your career. That way you won't deal with no nonsense of people talking about, well, this is why you will never get a sequel to this movie because this person got on my nerves back in 1972 and they did this and they said this about my mom. No, just nip it in the butt right now. We're all adults here. All right, let's do this. So for me, lack of meetings. If you're working at a job and there's barely any meetings, you might want to just still talk to your supervisor. Just send them a question, say, hey, I was wondering if possible, if we could have a meeting about this, and here's my evidence as to why we should have this meeting. So for instance, I'll say, hey, we need to have a meeting about I don't know, tardiness, because I've noticed this behavior and it's been going on for way too long, and I'm not sure if you noticed this. And I know you all are busy with construction, but can we do something about this? Or at least just remind people about the importance of not being tardy. Or it could just be technical issues. Hey, do we have a meeting on how to troubleshoot this particular device? Because when this happens, puts me in a bad situation. You know, it could just be anything. It could be a Zoom meeting. It doesn't have to be a meeting where we all gotta huddle up and spend like 4 hours going over something that we could just easily learn at home. So, don't ever, neglect the fact that meetings are a waste of time, because they're not. They're actually pretty helpful. That is, if people know what they're doing. So, trust me when I say 4 hours, 2 hours of your time could save you hours upon hours of a headache, and it could save you from being subpoenaed in someone's court. Clients constantly locking themselves out. So this is just an issue that I've been dealing with, where it could just be a client, just to be, I'm just saying, like, if you ever work in a job where you have to constantly let people in and you're like security, and the one thing that you ask is that they please have their key on them at all times, because you're just teaching them responsibility, and they keep locking themselves out in situations where you're dealing with, the authorities because you're trying to break up a fight, or you're dealing with a situation where lunch is being served. It can kind of put you in a bad situation. So I guess my best advice is just to gently but firmly remind people, hey, make sure you have your key on you. Don't be, make sure. I need you to make sure that you have your key on you at all times. I need you to have your key on you at all times. Can you please have your key on you at all times? It's all about your tone. Can you please have your keys on you at all times? Okay, now this is probably something that I know a lot of you don't care about, but I do, because I'm a germaphobe. And my other germaphobes, can I get a whoop whoop in chat? Workspace is always dirty. If you're someone that has to share workstations, oh boy. I think the best advice I can give for anyone is just politely and kindly ask if they could just please, assist with cleaning, the workstation. So that way, it's easier on you. And of course, they give you a problem, start cursing you out, then that's when you have to have a meeting with your supervisor about it. So they had hostile towards you, document it, talk to your supervisor about it, and then you two could work something out. Because it's really simple. Just get a wipe out your workstation, wipe out the phones. It takes less than 2 minutes. Throw it out. You're gone. You're gone. You can go home. It's really not that difficult. Just 1 minute. Just wipe. Done. That's it. Like or just I don't know. That's just something I don't understand. But then what happens is when people get sick, oh, why is it that people are getting sick? Oh, because they're not cleaning properly. Nice. Now this one, I think, is we can all agree on this. In any job, man, the police have just not been very helpful. Well, my advice is look what time it is, still be nice to your officers, be understanding, and document. Whatever the police say, go. So if they say there's nothing we can do about it, it's fine. As long as they're not infringing on your rights as a human being, or just in general, then that's it. Can't focus on whether they do their job accurately. As long as people are not getting hurt, and as long as there's not any rules being broken, then technically speaking, yeah, you just hope that you deal with an officer when you call them and you really need their help, that they actually care. When you call 911, do not be calm. Be in a panic, right? So that way they know it's an emergency. Even if nothing's happening, play that role. Help! Help! I'm fearing for my life. This person's trying to beat me up. And trust me, they know the difference. They know the difference between fake and real because they're taught, they're taught stuff like that. So. And if all else fails, and if it gets pretty bad, this trick works. Call off. Why? This situation. And then show them pictures, show evidence. And then tell them, well, if this continues, just throw a little bluff. I may have to resign or put in my 2 weeks notice. If they really like you, they're going to work with you. They're going to get that solved immediately. But if they don't like you, and because you're always slacking, not doing your job, they're going to be like, oh, what a shame, blah, 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 and they won't care. So as long as you're doing your job and you're doing your part, they will have your back. So if anything bad happens, or if the police aren't doing what they're supposed to do, then that company will have your back without getting themselves in trouble. Does that make sense? And of course, when it comes to technical issues, well, not much you can do about it. Use that time to just catch up on paperwork or, like physical paperwork. And then once you're done, take a break. Don't even worry about it. Because 9 times out of 10, they already know. Any technical issue that goes on in a job, they already know. What I mean by that is the tech company already knows. The higher-ups already know. It's just, you just got to deal with it. That's unfortunate, but you just got to deal with it. Because companies love to save money. And by saving money, that simply means you're going to deal with issues where the Wi-Fi may go out. Here's a bonus one. Fights. Threats. Let the police handle it. Document. If you try to fight and be a hero, you're going to deal with being subpoenaed or worse. Probably in someone's courtroom. Be smart. If you have to fight because your life's on the line, do it. But if you feel like you have to fight, but you're getting bullied or whatnot, don't. Just document. See, at my job, when that stuff happens, let the cops handle it. And then you'll see that person the next day, they'll be super nice. Like, oh, joyous day, Wilkins. How are you doing today? And you're just like, who are you? Don't put a lot of stress on yourself over situations that you can't control. And that's pretty much it. So to those that were hoping I would play some games, I do apologize, but that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Probably get on VR chat again and just probably explore some worlds, and after that, probably just head off. So, in the reinvention process, show love. And, again, to anyone that's dealing with a loss, I've said this multiple times, but it's just in my nature to do it. You have my deepest condolences. Please remember the good times. Acknowledge the bad. Talk to a therapist. If you can't afford a therapist, talk to friends, talk to family. Talk to your spirit man. Take care of yourself physically. Allow yourself one good cry. And I mean a hard cry. I mean get it all out. I'm talking about mess your makeup up and everything. Mess your hair up. Get that good hard cry where you're literally about to throw up. Get that good cry out. Get it all out. Just get it out. Just get it out. Just get it out. Talk. Get it out. and you're gonna be better. I don't understand folks that are like, hey, I don't need to cry. Get the ugliest cry out of your system. You're gonna feel so much better. Just get it out. Just get it out. Get it all out, honey. Just go into a room, get it all out. Get it all out. And especially if you're not feeling good, give a good cry. And I promise you can be like, oh wow, my throat ain't hurting as much anymore. All right, so what's the plan for next week? Next week, I'm glad you all asked. So let's do it. Next week, with business as usual. I am gonna stream. I will stream this week, March 1st at 12 in the morning. And all I have planned is just I'm gonna talk about my plans moving forward with TikTok. Because I know you all have been waiting for that. So I'm gonna definitely talk about that. And March 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, guaranteed that I will stream. But I will definitely, really think about, whether or not I'm going to stream on TikTok. And that's only if I receive a stream key. So if I only receive a stream key, I'm not worried about it. I refuse to re-download TikTok Studio. And I refuse to reach out to technical support because technical support is not very helpful. Even with the agency, it's not very helpful because they don't know. They don't really know. It's new. It's been in beta for a while. They're just looking at like, oh, well, just restart the app or just do this, just do. So, yeah. I guess that's it. Also, a huge, ginormous Omega happy belated birthday to Undercover Fluff. Welcome to being 18 and happy belated birthday to many others who had a birthday, and happy ginormous Omega supreme birthday to a good friend of mine, Moreno. And that's early birthday. Their birthday's not until 3 hours. A big happy birthday to them. I did have plans to, play Fortnite stream and whatnot, but after all what went down this week, it's like, But I will make sure that whatever it is that, my buddy Moreno wants to do, I will do it. He's going to be 18. I'm excited for him. I'm begging him to please just enjoy his last 3 hours of being 18. Because I'm telling you right now, when you turn 18, you're going to have this big whoa moment. It's just going to be a whoa. So to all my 17-year-olds out there, please enjoy it, please. Because I know this year, y'all excited about being 18. Don't rush it. Watch all the funny cartoons. Read all the books you can. Make all your amends. Please enjoy. Especially if your birthday's tomorrow. Please enjoy being 17. Make your last funny fart joke, whatever. Just enjoy it. Have fun. Don't worry about the politics. Don't worry about the news. Just focus on enjoying and preparing for your birthday, your big day. That's all you need to focus on. All right, that's it. And I don't know, go watch your favorite streamer, because it sure enough ain't me. I am just simply here to just do what I really like, and that is to, edutain. That's to educate and be somewhat entertaining. Okay, well, that's it. Check out my Instagram. Check out my Yashahu, which I need to update. Check out my YouTube. I have 125 subscribers. Thank y'all so much. Getting there to 200 subscribers. Not sure what I'm going to do when I hit 200 subscribers, but I will definitely think about it. And March 1st, make sure you all are here. I know I said I'm not going to be streaming all this week, but I forgot. We're headed to a new month. March 1st, you need to be here at exactly 12 in the morning, because I will give I'll pretty much going to state where I'm going to stay or where I'm going to be gone from that app. So you don't want to miss it, because I got a lot that I need to say. So I shall see you all March 1st.